Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel once again. So as you know, in this particular playlist I do the analysis of insider trading report that is publicly available on NSE's website. And this particular report gets updated on a daily basis, and that's why we have to do this analysis on a daily basis. So as you can, so first let me show you that from where you could download this particular report. So now you can see that I am on NSE's website homepage. So scroll down a little bit and locate the corporate announcement section right here. Scroll down a little bit more and click on view all. Once you do that, you will be redirected to this page. Scroll down and locate the insider trading tab right here. Click on it and you will be present in this particular page. Alright, so as I mentioned, we will be doing this particular analysis for our swing trading. Now, there are multiple time frames available for which you could download this particular insider trading report. Since we are doing this analysis to maintain our watch list of swing trading, I will download the report for 3 months only. So click on that, and once it gets loaded, click on this download CSV format, and one Excel file will be downloaded and you can locate it in the download section of your PC or laptop. So I have already downloaded it. I'll just go straight ahead and open the Excel file. So once you download the Excel file and open it, it would look something like this. You can see the name of the Excel sheet. It includes the date from where to where. This Excel sheet contains the data of insider trading. All right, so please don't get overwhelmed with this huge spreadsheet. We don't have to crunch each and every detail present in this particular Excel. We would apply some filters before we even start doing the real analysis. So let me just show you what filters we have to apply. So, okay, so the first filter would be on the category of persons column. That is the E column, which is being highlighted right now on my computer screen. So we want the category of persons to be promoters or promoter group only. We do not want the category of person to be director, immediate relative, etc. etc. We only want it to be promoter group or promoters. So let me just delete all the rows which have an entry except those two. Okay, once we are done with that, next filter would be on the mode of acquisition. Since most of us have access to only the market purchase, like we can only buy and sell stocks in the market and not anywhere else. So I want the mode of acquisition to also be market purchase. All right, so let me just apply the filter first. Yeah. So I want the mode of acquisition to be market purchase only. I do not want it to be a gift. I do not want it to be a bonus, interstate transfer, pledge, off market, pledge creation, etc. etc. I only want the mode of acquisition to be market purchase. So I will deselect this so that I get all the rows which have an entry except market purchase in the mode of acquisition column. So once I have deselected it, I'll select all the rows and delete them. Okay, once we have done that, our filtering process has been 80% completed now. You can see there are 10-15 columns right present here, but we do not want each and every column for doing our analysis further. We only want two columns, namely the symbol column and the value of security column. Uh, that is the A column and the K column, which are being highlighted right now on my screen. So I'll delete all the columns except those two. Okay, once we are done with that, let me just widen this column. Okay, so as you can see, there are some symbols which are being repeated. Now for doing our analysis, we want a consolidated form of this data, because if the values are being repeated in the symbols column, it will make our analysis a bit difficult. So let me just apply the con consolidate data tool available on Excel. I'll select the whole table. I want the top row and left column. I'll press OK. Uh, yeah. So now we have a consolidated form of data of this particular table. So now I'll apply the filter and I will tell you what condition we have to apply in this. Now I want the name of only those symbols which have a value of security greater than or equal to 1 crore. Now again, it's a very subjective number. You can consider this number to be 90 lakhs, 80 lakhs or 1 crore 50 lakhs. Any number which you seem fit best for your analysis. But I will stick to the rules and I will consider only those symbols which have a value of security greater than or equal to 1 crore. So I'll apply the filter largest to smallest in this value of security column and I'll just delete all the symbol names which have a value of security less than 1 crore. I will copy this down and we will move back to our insider trading master sheet. Now for those of you who don't know what this master sheet is and what's the relevance, let me just brief you in a bit. So as I mentioned at the very starting of the video that we have to do this analysis on a daily basis. Now as you saw that there are almost 50 stocks for which we have to do analysis today. Now it's not possible for us to do analysis of almost 30 to 50 stocks on a daily basis. So that's why I maintain a master sheet in which I mention the symbols for which I have already done the analysis for. So that I will only do the further analysis for those stocks for which I have not done the analysis before. So I'll just copy these down. Please ignore the change in the color fill. I'll explain you in a bit why these change. So okay, now if you guys want to know that how I made this insider trading master sheet from scratch, I have already maintained a separate playlist named as Trading on Insider Information. It's a 4-part playlist, and you could watch that. So in that I have explained from the very scratch that how you could also build your insider trading master sheet and maintain that. So once I have copied down the symbol names from the previous Excel sheet from here, I'll just apply the conditional formatting and highlight the duplicate values so that I know that for which stocks I have not done the analysis. So it's quite simple. Those stocks which are not highlighted in red are the stocks for which I have to do the analysis today. So you can see how quickly just by maintaining a master sheet, I have narrowed down the list of 50 stocks to just 6 or 7 stocks, right? So that's the benefit and relevance of maintaining a master sheet. So I'll copy these name down and I'll paste it in the master column as you might call it. And now I'll delete this. I don't need this anymore. Alright, so from here on our main analysis starts. So we have to do analysis of these 5 to 6 stocks today. So let me just quickly brief you what uh, we will be exactly doing in the analysis. So let me just first copy this name down and go back to the previous page, yeah, right here from where we downloaded the Excel sheet. So in this company wala column, just paste down the company name here and click on Adani Greens Limited. Okay, once you have done that, click on this symbol Adani Green. You will be redirected to a page dedicated to Adani Greens Limited. Scroll down a little bit and go to corporate information. Okay, so now we have to check 4 data points in order to know whether it qualifies to be in our swing trading watch list or not. So what are those 4 data points or 4 points which we have to check or 4 filters? The first one would be shareholding of promoters. It should be greater than or equal to 50%. Second one should be there should not be any selling in the last 6 months. Please listen to this very carefully. There should not be any selling by any institutional investor or any promoter in the last 6 months. This is the second point. Third point is, and 6 months we would be calculating from the date we are doing the analysis. For suppose today I will calculate 6 months back from 19th of June. All right. So okay, this was the second one. The third point is uh, there should be 0% pledging in the particular stock for which we are doing this analysis. So, if it fulfills these three primary criteria, then it's okay to put it in our swing trading watch list. Now, there is one fourth optional criteria which you may choose not to look for, but I sometimes look for it and I sometimes ignore that particular data point. The fourth one, that is an optional one, is the earnings per share. The latest earnings per share should be a positive number. It might be very low, like 0.01, but it should be a positive number. If it is a positive number, then it does the job for me. So let me brief you. There are three primary points and one optional point. So let me just explain you the color coding really quick. So if a particular stock passes all the three primary criterias, sorry, all the four criterias in the three primary criterias and one optional criteria, then I mark this stock as green. Uh, if the particular stock passes all the three primary criterias but fails to pass the optional criteria, that is earnings per share, I will mark it as yellow. If a particular stock fails to pass any one of the primary criteria, any one, then I will mark it as red and I will not check the rest of the criteria. Okay, so we will just start doing for, and we will do this. We will check all these four parameters for all these six stocks and color code it accordingly. So let's get back to the Google. Okay, so first point is shareholding of promoters for Adani Greens. So as you can see, the latest shareholding of promoter and promoter groups is 56.05%, so it passes the criteria. Next one is we will check whether or not there has been any selling by any institutional investor or any promoter or promoter group in the last 6 months. So that information we will get in SAST regulations. So as you can see, there has been a quantity sold by any institutional investor on 18th of May. That was yesterday. So it's less than 6 months. So it fails to pass our one primary criteria. So I do not have to check the further criteria. I'll go ahead and mark the stock as red. Now this stock has no significance according to this particular analysis. Next is, let's take the next stock and we will do the same exact process for all the stocks. So paste the company name here again, click on it, click on the symbol, go to corporate information. Okay, let's check the shareholding first. So as you can see, the latest shareholding is greater than 50%. So it passed the criteria. Next is SaaS regulation. So as you can see, there was a selling on 14th of June. That is just 4 days back. And as our criteria says that it should be less than 6 months, right? So it again failed the criteria. Sorry, our criteria says that there should not be any selling in the last 6 months. So there is a selling in the last 6 months, and that was just 4 days back. So we will mark this stock red again, just like Adani Greens. Next is KICL. We'll paste it here. Kalyani Investment Company Limited. Click on this. Okay, go to the corporate information again. Click on shareholding pattern. As you can see, the shareholding is way above 50%. So it is passing this criteria. Next is SaaS regulation. So there has not been any selling in the last 6 months. As you can see, the last selling that was reported was on 12th of Jan 2016. That was 4 years back. So again, it passes our criteria. Next is pledging of shares, and that information we will find in promoter encumbrance detail. According to our rules, the pledging should be 0%. You can find the data in the last column. So as you can see, it is 0%. So it passed all the three primary criteria. Now let's check the earnings per share. That is an optional criteria, and we will find it in the financial results. So as you can see, there is no data present of earnings per share. So now it's your choice whether or not you want to consider it as a positive number or negative number, or you just want to ignore it. So I will ignore this financial results since it's again an optional criteria. So let's just ignore it and mark the stock as green. Okay. Next is Zuari Globe. I'll paste the company name here. Click on it and go to corporate information. Let's check the shareholding pattern. So shareholding pattern is greater than 50%. Let's check the selling. So there was a selling on 6th May, that is around 1 month back. So again, it failed the criteria. Sell market is red. Next, let's take the next stock and paste the name here. Okay, sorry. Panama Petroleum Limited. Click on symbol and go to corporate information. Now let's check the shareholding pattern. Shareholding looks good. Let's now check the selling in the share. So, okay, the latest selling that is being reported is on 24th of August 2020. So that's about 1 year back, and our criteria only wants that no selling should be reported in the last 6 months. So again, it passed the criteria. Let's check the next criteria in the pledging. So as you can see, the pledging is also 0%. Now let's check the earnings per share. That is again an optional criteria. You might choose to ignore that, but I will check it for educational purpose. Okay, so as you can see, the latest earnings per share is a positive number. So we'll go ahead and mark the stock as green since it passed all the four criterias that we mentioned. Next is Lincoln. Let's copy it and paste the company name right here. And let's click on the symbol. Now, again, scroll back to corporate information and let's check the shareholding pattern. So, as you can see, the shareholding is less than 50%, so it failed the first criteria itself. So, we do not need to check any other criteria. So, let's just mark the stock as red. Okay, now one thing you might be wondering that I haven't posted this insider trading analysis since I was telling that we have to do this analysis on a daily basis. Now I think now it's the right time to explain why I haven't been posting since a week, I guess. So I was not getting any stock which was fulfilling all the three primary criterias or all the four criterias. Most of the stocks were going in red, so there were no new stocks which I could add into my swing trading watch list. So I thought that there was no point in wasting time of putting up the video. It's not that I was not doing the analysis. I do this analysis on a daily basis, but I think that I should only post the video once I have this some stocks, at least one stock which is passing the criterias and it could be included in the swing trading watch list. So that's the reason why the posting of the videos were a bit irregular. So I hope you would understand that. All right, so now let's move forward. So now we are sure that we have stocks which can be included in our watch list. Now the next question is, okay, so we have included in our watch list, but now what's the price we should enter into this particular stock? When should we buy it, or whether or not should we buy it? So let's get an estimate that what should be a price point in which we should consider buying this particular stock. So for that, we have to go back again to the NSE's website and we have to go back here and we have to paste the company name here again. Click on it. Now, click on the time frame of 3 months since you are doing it for swing trading and download the insider trading report that is solely for KICL and open the Excel sheet. So now this particular, okay, I might have downloaded the wrong report. Let me just download it once again. Okay, I forgot to go to the insider trading. Sorry. So paste the company name here and click on that. Uh, Select the time frame 3 months and download the report. Now, this particular Excel sheet contains the insider trading information or insider trading report of KICL only. The the former report which we downloaded was an insider trading report of whole market including all the stocks, but this particular report is specifically for KICL. As you can see, the name of the Excel sheet is also specifying the same. So now we would apply the same filters before doing some analysis on this stock that we applied in the first Excel sheet, that was this one. So the filters we could apply manually since there are only two rows, we don't have to apply filters, we can just check them manually. So the first filter would be on the category of person, it should be promoter, yeah, it's that only. And the mode of acquisition should be market purchase only, and that's okay. So now, the question that we wanted to answer is what should be the price point. Now, our aim should be to enter into this particular stock if we are planning to enter. That we should enter at the nearest price at which the promoter entered into this particular stock. So for that, we will just do some simple calculation. We will just sum up the total number of security, and we will just sum up the total value of security, and we will divide the total value of security by total number of securities. So if you followed me, that's just the average price. This is the average price at which the promoter made an entry into this particular stock. This is just basic maths. So this is the particular price point which we should look for to enter into this particular stock. Now, apart from this, we should also check the date of allotments and whether or not there is liquidity on this stock or not. So, what's the significance of date of allotments? I have explained in detail in the fourth part of my playlist, Trading on Insider Information. I will put down the link below in the description box. Also, you can see that in the I button. So that's really relevant that when the promoter made an entry into this particular stock and how the prices move. So we have to check that too. So it's beyond the scope of this video. So you have to check that. If you want to know, then go and check out only the fourth part. I'll give you link to the fourth part separately. Okay, so this is the price point, and again, it's quite difficult to enter at this exact price point. So we will make a range of 5 to plus minus 5-7% around this particular price. All right, so let's move forward. And okay, so let's just uh, copy this number and write it down here 1990.69. Okay, so we will do the exact same thing for this particular stock. So I'll go back and I'll paste the company name here and click on it. I'll click 3 months and download the file, open it. Okay. So again, we have to check the same criteria first before doing the calculation. Promoters, okay. And mode of acquisition is market purchase. Alright, so let's now sum it up and now let's divide the total value of security by total number of security. And this is the price. This is the average price at which the promoter made an entry. So let's just mark it. All right. So our analysis has finished. This is the average price which we have calculated. Now, here the analysis does not end. As I said that we have to check the liquidity in the stock and we have to check the dates at which the promoter entered, and from there what happened into this particular stock. We have to check all those things. So again, this whole video and all the videos which I'm uploading in this channel are strictly for educational purpose only, and I do not recommend any trades or any buy or sell position in any particular stock. So please, before making any position, do consult with your financial advisors. Alright, so this was all for today's analysis. I will see you in the next video. If you have any suggestion, if you have any doubts, please feel free to mention them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.